Today I'm going to speak on two life teaching points related to addiction. So listen very, very carefully. All of you know that smoking cigarettes is harmful. All of you know that. But do you know it is equally harmful for passive smokers? Now, who's a passive smoker? This is something most of the people don't know. Uh, Passive smoker is, let's say, I am not smoking, I'm not a smoker, but my father or brother or friend or colleague is smoking at the side, and I am taking the fumes inside because I am standing in the same environment, I'm sitting in the same environment. So I become a passive smoker. I hope you're getting it. Who's a passive smoker? Suppose I don't smoke, but let's say my friend smokes. So my friend is smoking and I'm also standing there. But I'm not smoking because I don't smoke. But whatever my friend is smoking, the fumes which is in the air, unknowingly I am also inhaling it. So I become a passive smoker. Passive smoker, according to doctors, is as dangerous as the actual smokers. Let me give you some brief illnesses about it. Um, I had read somewhere it says all over the world, it has been found that passive smoking is as injurious to health as the actual smoking itself. Now, these are some of the minor side effects of passive smokers. They'll start having a cough, sore throat, irritation of eyes, headache, nausea, also some kind of infection in the nose or ear, and some long term passive smoking effects include lung cancer, asthma, pneumonia, bronchitis, tuberculosis, and also hypertension. Please understand very carefully, passive smokers or passive smoking is very, very much hazardous, very dangerous for everyone, of course, but it is more dangerous for children who are near you. Suppose I am smoking, let's say, take an example. Let's say I am smoking, like I'm not a smoker, but just give an example. Let's say I'm smoking, and my son or daughter is in the same room, and he or she is a child there. Very dangerous for him or her. Or let's say your dad is smoking, and your dad has a small, let's say you have a younger sibling who is very small, he or she is a child, and he's in the same room where your dad is smoking, he's in the same room. Your dad smoked, the smoke, he's smoking, right? And the smoke which is in the air, it is very, very dangerous, very, very hazardous for that child. That's why I advise couples, especially those who are smokers, and let's say they have little children. I always tell them that if you can't give up smoking, or you don't want to give up smoking, that is up to you, but please don't smoke in front of a child. Please. You can, suppose it's in the house, your child is also there, you can either go to the balcony alone and you can smoke there, or go out of the building and smoke, or go to the terrace and smoke, but don't smoke in front of the child because it is very, very dangerous for him. But also remember, it is not dangerous only for children, it is dangerous for everyone. For adults, for teenagers, everyone. If you, let's say, your friend is smoking or your colleague is smoking, and you are also you're standing in the same area, and you're not a smoker, you are inhaling that smoke, and that makes you a passive smoker. So let's say you tell me in two scenarios, one is office, one is college. Suppose you tell me that Amit sir, I have some of my friends in the lunchtime they go out of the campus near the bakery, and I don't smoke, but they are smoking. What do I do? Don't go with them. Or even if you go with them, stay far away from them. Don't be in the same vicinity. Or let's say you tell me that Amit sir, my colleague, my best friend, or whatever, in the office, he's a smoker, and every time he gets a tea break or a lunch break, he goes to the smoking area in the office and he smokes. And I'm also standing with him. Don't go for the break with him. I mean, don't go on a break with him. Because if you go on the break, tea break, lunch break, whatever, and you're going with him in the smoking zone where he's smoking, but you're not a smoker, you're just standing there. That fumes, whatever the smoke, whatever you're inhaling, you're becoming a passive smoker, and it can really harm your lungs. It can really harm lots of areas in your body. You can have a lot of health issues, which I've already told you. So, if you're not a smoker, please do not be near the smokers. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And you have to be assertive. You have to be assertive here also. Don't tell me, Amit sir, if I tell him, let's say he's a smoker, my friend is a smoker, and I'm not a smoker, and if I tell him, then I will not go with you, he'll feel hurt and blah blah blah. Come on, give me a break. Stop thinking so much about what others think. You have to take care of your health first. So be assertive. Tell him that, listen, I can't be in the same area because if you smoke and I'm standing here, even though I don't smoke, I'll also start having health problems because I'll be the passive smoker, and I don't want to have any kind of health problems. So, sorry, I can't be with you right now. When you finish smoking, you tell me, I'll come. So you've got to be assertive out here, okay? So this is as far as passive smoker is concerned. Now, there is one more addiction which is very, very common in India and abroad, which is marijuana. That's the actual name, but people also call it by ganja or weed also. And most of the people, especially the young people, they take it very casually. Why? One of the reasons is like hard drugs like cocaine and heroin and all that, hard drugs, if you give it up, you will have withdrawal symptoms, which means your body will react. But with marijuana or weed, there is not much of a physical withdrawal symptoms. Your body may not react physically, but there is a psychological dependency. In other drugs, the hardcore drugs, cocaine or heroin or brown sugar, these kind of hard drugs, your body is also dependent on it. If you're an addict of those drugs, your body is also dependent on it, and you're also psychologically dependent on it. But when it comes to marijuana or ganja or weed, your body is not completely dependent on it. So if you give it up, you may not have any bodily reaction, you may not have any withdrawal symptoms. But there's a lot of psychological dependence. And so the young people, they think that I can give up, or he or she can give up marijuana anytime he wants. And the body won't react. There won't be any physical withdrawal symptoms. What they fail to understand is marijuana, a chronic weed smoker or a chronic marijuana smoker, there is chances of that thing, the drug, to actually affect his brain. Let me tell you something. Now I don't have the time, but earlier in a few years back, many rehabs in India, they used to call me to their rehabilitation centers to take sessions for drug addicts and alcoholics. And when I used to go to take sessions, I had noticed that some of those inmates, they were fully mentally retarded. And when I asked the owner or the manager of the rehab about the case history, and many times I heard that they were chronic hardcore weed smokers or marijuana smokers, and so it just affected their brain and they become mentally retarded people. Let me, from the technical point of view or the medical point of view, let me give you some facts. The main active chemical in marijuana or weed Also present in other forms of cannabis is THC. THC, the full form is tetrahydrocannabinol. And then it goes on to say, of the roughly 400 chemicals found in the cannabis plant from where marijuana is made, the THC affects the brain the most. Now, what are some of the short-term effects of smoking weed? Now remember, I'm not talking about people who casually, once in a blue moon, they smoke weed, or casually they smoke weed, maybe once in 6 months, maybe once in 3 months. Very casually, and maybe once in a blue moon. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people who are addicted to weed, addicted to marijuana, those who are chronic weed smokers. So this is for them. So what are the short-term harmful effects of smoking weed? Some short-term harmful effects of marijuana include problems with memory and learning, distorted perception, which deals with the sight, sounds, time, and touch, trouble with thinking and problem solving, loss of motor coordination, and an increased heart rate and anxiety. Okay, and also remember, some other facts are here. One joint means people who put weed, marijuana, into a cigarette, and they mix it with the tobacco of a cigarette, so they put it in a cigarette. So that cigarette is called a joint. So one joint of marijuana has four times more tar than a cigarette, which means that the lungs are exposed fourfold to this toxin and others in the tar. Listen to this, very, very important. It has been suggested, and people have seen, that marijuana or weed is at the root of many mental disorders, including acute toxic psychosis, panic attacks, flashbacks, delusions, hallucinations, paranoia, depression, and uncontrollable aggressiveness. So, if you see these harmful effects, please be very careful. Do not smoke weed. One more thing let me also tell you before we wind up. People say, which is again a myth, it's not true, that most of the addicts of drugs and alcohol, most of the addicts become addicts because of some house problem or family problem. No. That is a myth. That is wrong. That is not correct. Most of the people who get into addiction, into drugs and alcohol, they become drug addicts or alcoholics. Most of them get into it due to sheer experimentation. Example, one of your friends comes to you and he says, he or she says, hey, it's okay, yaar, everybody smokes, kuch nahi hota hai, one cigarette, marijuana, nothing will happen. And you are not able to say no. You're not assertive. You're not able to say no. And just to please your friend, you have one. Then after a few days, again you have second one. That friend again comes and gives it to you. Again, after some time, again you have one more. And slowly, you are going into addiction now. Listen to me. This is the statistics I'm giving you. If 7 people try drugs, 1 will become a drug addict. If 7 people try alcohol, 1 will become an alcoholic. That's the ratio, 1:7. Now, I'm not going to, probably later I may talk about it, who's that one. But that one who becomes the addict or the alcoholic, there are many other background reasons, maybe family issues and many other reasons. Or maybe, not maybe, he or she is coming from dysfunctional families, something which I've spoken in my earlier videos. So there are many reasons why a person becomes an addict or becomes an alcoholic. So probably we'll discuss about it sometime later, not now. But the whole point is learning to say no the first time. Be assertive the first time. So when a person comes and offers you a cigarette, whether it's a normal cigarette or a weed cigarette or any other kind of drug or a beer or something, first time when someone comes and offers you, learn to say no. No, I don't smoke. No, I don't drink. Be assertive. Be assertive that very first time. And when you say no, if he or she gets offended or gets hurt, that is his problem. That is not your problem. You be assertive. Remember, assertiveness is a leadership quality. Okay. Yeah, we'll end with these two live teachings today. So I hope you're making a note of it. Make a note of these things. It's very important. Also, share this teachings with your friends, cousins, family members. Share these teachings with everyone, and so that it benefits.